Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean, this is In The Mixer. We're already up to episode 12 of our Isle of Man series. We've now got a dirty dozen episodes in the playlist. And if I had have thought ahead, yesterday's episode, I probably should have pulled out the old green screen nightmare here to celebrate Christmas week. But better late than never. I think this episode actually comes out on Christmas Eve, so I hope you're enjoying the holiday season wherever you're watching from. We might as well jump straight into the game. And following on from where we were last episode now, revisionist history. We did have not a crash dump, but the game froze and got stuck in staging, so I did have to close it after that first episode. I think we beat Kendall 3-1 in the last episode. It's now a 3-0 win, which is not ideal. Obviously you want to try and keep it going, but it was out of our control. The game has its issues it's still working through. And since then, form has been okay. We've had cup runs, we've had League Cup games, we've had football matches across the country. Had a very good August, only 3 draws in that time, 5 wins, put us right up towards the top of the division. We did drop off a little bit in September, but I think some of that is fatigue, and some of that has been that we don't have that much quality outside of our starting 11. So we did lose to Prescott 3-1 at home in our first defeat at the start of September. We also lost to Felix, though, who are one of the better sides in the division, a late winner from them. And the other big one that you'll see here is Maidenhead, who are 2 divisions above us at the moment in the Vanarama South. A 4-0 defeat. It looks bad. They went ahead to an early goal. With 30 minutes remaining, I went to our attacking structure. And truth be told, I probably shouldn't have because they kept catching us on the counter. So Charlie Brown added on goals on the 72nd and 76th minute. And Josh Kelly got a very late one in an injury time. So it kind of inflated the scoreline a little bit. We weren't that bad. We did also miss a penalty in this game, which was frustrating. But not the disaster that potentially looks like when you stand there. And the FA Cup games, they're handy for us. They give us a little bit extra cash. We then beat Hyde in a very good game. They were top of the division, I think, when we played this one. Abdi Sharaf with an excellent goal in that match. A 4-3 win against Redditch after going 2-0 down and then 3-1 down. And then probably one of our better performances this season, beating Tadcaster 3-0 the last time out. We've settled, I think, in a good tactical structure for the last month or so in the league, which is we're starting with our attacking structure and we pushed our wingers forward again. But then once we want to kind of shut up shop in the last 30 minutes, we move back to our positive one and try and just shore up our defensive lines a little bit to do a bit better. But the attacking one seems to be working. We'll continue with that today. We are playing 2 massive games, one against Trafford, who are currently sitting 17th in the division, but then against Marsk, who are currently sitting in 2nd behind us. It's incredibly tight at the top of the league. 3 points splitting the top 5 teams. 4 points splitting the top 5 teams. Top 6 teams. It's way tighter than I thought it was. And even then, it's not that far to the teams behind. So a quick run of form or a quick run of defeats and we could very easily drop back down the division. You can see here we've been a bit yo-yo so far, dropping between the top spots and 7th and 8th. But that's good. It means we're getting higher in divisions, we're getting into better competitions, we're being challenged a little bit more and we're putting together strong teams. As far as the squad goes, there are a couple of new faces. Doko Chimas, I'll start with at the back. Defense is where we've really been trying to strengthen as much as possible. 4.5-star calendar ability, 5-star potential, 19-year-old Italian youth international. Ex-Burnley junior as well. Didn't make a first team appearance for them, but he's doing quite well since we've signed him. Abdi Sharaf, I did mention him earlier. He scored some cracking goals, 4.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Ex-Liverpool junior. 2 goals in 5 appearances for us. He's playing as that central midfielder on support and doing the job very, very well. Alongside him at the moment, Will Taylor, who's playing a little bit out of position or out of preferred role. He's playing as the deep line playmaker on defend because I think that's a really important role to have. But he's continuing to improve. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. We'll keep looking for additional central midfielders that are better suited to that role. But for right now, he's doing an excellent job. And the other big one, Basil Zotos, who's playing up top, 18-year-old Belgian under-19 international. Ex-Sheffield Wednesday, played 6 games for us, scored 5 goals in that time. He's playing as the pressing forward on support. Very good traits and abilities for what we're asking him to do. Strength could use a little bit of work, as could his passing. But 18 determination, for a player so young, that's an excellent, excellent trait to have. And we'll continue giving him game time. We're also looking at quite a few different players that are currently here on trial. You may remember, I think it was in the last episode, we went through some of the players who at the time of recording weren't willing to actually join the club because our reputation isn't that good. But as they go longer and longer without clubs signing them up or playing football or whatever else, they're more willing to drop into lower divisions. And we've been able to bring a good few in on trial. We'll continue working them over, trying to get them to sign contracts within reasonable wage structures. But you can see here, they're all 4.5-star, 5-star current ability. So if they do sign on, which they still might not, other teams have come in and poached people even when they have been on trial with us, they'll continue to add to the depth of the squad and the quality of the first team. But more than enough from me. Let's jump into the game against Trafford today and hopefully continue our good run of form. Right, so this is the lineup that we're going with. You have kind of seen it, but Robinson, of course, in goal. Seymour will play at left back. D'Souza is our usual starting left back, but he's out suspended with yellow cards. Walker, our captain, will play on the right. He's also our leading assist creator at the moment. Sears and Chima as the central defensive partnership. Taylor and Sharif as the central midfield partnership. Aris, who's been fantastic so far this season on the left wing. Brandy on the right, and Waltman, the ex-Liverpool junior, our leading scorer up top, alongside Zotos, who's had the highest average rating in his 6 games. They've got some good players. Kyle O'Brien, I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that, ex-Bury, Halifax, Southport player, so he has played at a higher level at centre-back. You've got Caius Metz, who's an ex-Burnley winger/striker out on the left wing. He looks to be a solid option for this level, good pace. And Corner leading the line up top, their leading scorer so far this season, and Grimsby, Barrow, North Ferriby player, so he has played at a higher division as well. We'll have to keep an eye on him. They're definitely going to have some quality on the counter with those two staying up front. And let's just assertively tell the entire defence, great opportunity to show you all the pundits they're right to back you up. And hopefully we can use that positive team talk on our way to 3 points and continue our movement up the table. Got an early throw in here, Seymour to take on the left-hand side. Deep one towards Brandy. It's a good header from Levan Brandy, his 5th goal of the season. And Seymour, in a rare start, has contributed very well with the goal. Just a good short corner routine. Back to Seymour again. He actually loses the ball to Carter, I think. Stumbles past it, hangs one back stick, and Brandy gets behind the man and powers that header home. So, good start. That's what we want to see, and hopefully we can carry that on to a few more goals and a goal difference boosting performance. Sears with a deep free kick here towards Zotos. Sharif will recover the ball in midfield. Taylor, long ball towards Aris, who's been an absolute beast so far this season, bursts past his man from the wide area, tries to get the strike away, pinballs around off the goalkeeper and the post before the Trafford defence get it out. Another throw in here, similar to the first goal. Played inside to Taylor. He's got man inside now. Finds Sharif, who's picked up a yellow card early in the game. Crossfield switch out towards Walker for the overlap on the right. Hangs one back stick towards Aris. It hits the base of the post. Rigby gets it away. Sharif will recover to Taylor now. Out left to Seymour, who can turn, and the highlight comes to an end. We're doing quite well. We're turning the screws a bit, so let's use our Get Creative shout. Just as I've said that, they've got a highlight. Metz on the left wing here. The cross is closed down well, falls to Brandy, who looks to release Waltman out the right-hand side. He's gotten goal side, but the angle isn't much to work with. Maris with a good save, makes himself big, forces it out for a corner. Aris takes early, and it falls back stick to Sears, who gets only his 2nd goal of the season. Looked like it might have been a defensive error there. They had a few guys around the ball, but it falls to Sears at back post. And I think he volleys this one home. We'll check it out in 3 dimensions. Yeah, just a missed header. Falls to the feet of Sears, and all he has to do is poke that one forward from about 2 yards out. Not the best goal we'll score this year, but definitely a goal I will take. Maris, deep free kick towards Metz, out on the left wing. We know from his pace, if he gets in behind, he's going to cause us issues. Long ball forward towards Corner on the left-hand side. It's a poor strike, but Wilson's going to keep it in. Cuts it back. We scramble it around a little bit, and then eventually Robinson manages to pick up the loose ball. Got another corner here, Aris to take. Waltman with the header that time, just over the crossbar. A lot of highlights in this first half. Just as I say that, half-time is called. 2-0 up, Brandy and Sears with the goals. 12 shots, 4 on target, 55% possession. They've had 4 no shots on target as yet and 45% possession. So we're doing quite well. Let's tell everyone I'm very pleased with the performance. Just try and keep morale as high as humanly possible. Highlight here, Seymour with a deep free kick. Goes long when there was no one there. I don't know why he did that. We've given up the ball here to Corner as well, and it's a good save from Robinson. He's bailed everybody out. Missed header, giving the ball away cheaply in possession. Great language. Okay, we've got a highlight here. We'll wait and see how it plays out before we do our subs. Logan to Street to Carter. Back to O'Brien. Long ball over the top. Sears that time wins the header. Sharif to Taylor. Out wide now to Brandy, who's gotten in behind. Can he find the right ball into the box? He's chopped down, it looked like, by the left back Rigby. And they've given the penalty, which is going to be Waltman to take and add to his goal tally for the season. We'll let this play out before we make the subs. Waltman goes pretty much straight down the middle. The keeper either got out of the way to try and save his own face. 13th goal of the season for Max Waltman. A tremendous return in about 12 league games. It's a good strike. Keeper really got out of the way of it, to be fair. But sometimes if you're going to leather it, just leather it straight down the middle. We've got 2 yellow cards. We're going to try and make subs here. Will Taylor will come off for... We'll push Jake Walker to be the deep line playmaker. We might actually drop back to our positive structure as well. So we'll take off Taylor and bring on Charlie Curtis at right back. And then Sharif might come off for Swales. Let's see. Is Walker maybe suited more to being a central midfielder on support? He is. And we might hold on to the last sub just for the last half an hour or so. And let's passionately tell them. A lot more to come from you boys. And we'll just try and tidy up our midfield structure a little bit. We use our Get Creative shout as well. Why not? Ball in here from the throw-in. Rigby, long ball forward towards Corner. It does well to knock it down to Metz. Can't get him behind though. Street with the ball in behind for corner. He hasn't got much of an angle. Just stand him up. Don't do anything silly. Hangs it back stick towards Wilson. It's cleared away. Street top of the box. Gets a good strike in, and Robinson got a lot on it, but he can only push it into the bottom corner. We'll check it out in 3 dimensions. It wasn't a bad strike, but again, maybe the keeper could have done better. It was straight at him. Corner, deep ball in. It's a good clearance there from Seymour. Rigby knocks it down to Street, who gets his head up, strikes from distance. Robinson just couldn't get enough on it to push it around the post or over the crossbar. He's pushed it into the top corner, and they've pulled one back. So the clean sheet's gone, but we are still on top. 10 minutes remain. Let's use our demand more shout just to try and give everyone some focus through to the final whistle and hopefully not concede too many more chances. I think that one works pretty effectively. Zotos with the ball in the channel now. Hangs one up towards Waltman. Walker should recover in midfield. Just reset. Goes back to Swales. Out left now to Seymour, who has time. You can head to the corner flag if you want. Deep ball across. There's no one in that area, but Waltman has managed to recover Metz's poor touch and smash that one home for his second goal of the game. Not champagne football by any stretch. It wasn't exactly a good cross into the box, but Metz has taken a really poor touch to push it back towards the 6-yard line. Thankfully, Waltman's on his toes and smacks that one home. He's not going to score many easier goals this season, to be fair. Another highlight here. There's still a minute remaining of injury time. Metz hangs the ball up towards back stick. Aris has recovered now at left wing back. Long ball forward. Guest will recover for Trafford. Tries to put it back in the area. Ball forward to Zotos now. Back to Sears. Waltman now brings it down very well. Looks for Aris on the left-hand side, who's found his run very well. Tries to strike from the wide area. Aris really struggles with fitness as well. I probably should have taken him off before this game. Ball forward. Walker recovers in midfield. Back to Chima. Switch out towards Aris. We're not doing anything to help his conditioning at the moment, making him chase these balls into the corner. They eventually get it out. Is that the end of the highlight? It's going to be one more little highlight here. Seymour to take the throw in on the left. Into Swales. It's a poor pass. Wilson's going to recover it on the right-hand side. We don't want to concede a second to Trafford. Comes forward, Sears with a good challenge, puts it out, and that's the end of the 4 minutes that have been added on. We're going to actually see the final whistle here for the first time in God knows how long. Ball into the corner now, 4 corner to chase. Back to Wilson, deep one towards Metz, gets the header at goal, and Robinson claims it very well. Blow the whistle, ref, or let us score. One or the other. And the referee calls full time, 4-1 in the end. 18 shots, 8 on target, 52% possession, 12-4 and 48% for Trafford. They did come back into it a little bit in the second half. But let's just tell everybody, a good win, boys. Well done. Magic of editing now. We're going to jump forward to the game against Mask and look at the 2 lineups. Alright, just like that, we're a couple of days further ahead. It is an away game. There's only one change to our starting lineup. DeSouza comes back in from his suspension. Seymour will head to the bench, but Seymour had a good game. It's probably not 100% fair on him. There's a couple of guys we're going to have to keep an eye on in our side relating to fitness. Walker, I think, is at about 85%. I think Aris is about 82%. So we'll just keep an eye on fitness throughout the course of this one and rotate as much as possible to get fresh legs out there. They've got an okay looking side. Meadows looks alright. Playing it right back, a natural right winger, ex-Nottingham Forest Junior. Moan, their leading assist grader on the right hand side, doesn't look terrible. Ex-Wolves Junior. From the looks of things, decent physical attributes, decent technical attributes as well. We'll have to keep an eye on him. And then up top, Magosh Mangeo. I don't know how you pronounce it. Let's go with Magosh. Leading the line, their captain and their leading scorer. Passionately, let's tell the team, or let's just calmly tell them, going straight from where you finished in the last game. Let's assertively tell the defence that we think there's a lot more to come from them. And a couple of them responded positively. If we can get a good defensive performance and keep a clean sheet, we'll be well and truly on our way to 3 points in this one. If they win and then win their game in hand, they could potentially go top of the division. Ball in, back stick towards Magosh. We spoke about him in the build-up. 12th goal of the season for him. It's a good finish from little to no angle, and it's a set-piece scenario that's done us in the end. Good ball from Ennis, to be fair, and Magosh just gets it back on target. Maybe Robinson could have done a little bit better with his angles. Maybe the defensive marking could have been a bit better from Walker as well. There's a highlight here, chance to pull one back. Good header in midfield for Mask. Ennis with the ball on the left wing. No one goes to him. They hang a back stick run as well. Moan, thankfully, straight at the goalkeeper, and Robinson holds in that scenario. We'll see what happens with this highlight, and then we might make a tactical tweak. Walker with the ball. Pinballs around. Waltman's going to keep it in, right in the corner. Deep one across towards Zotos. Gets the header back across, but never looked like challenging the goal, really. Let's just settle down a bit and go back to our positive mentality. Just before half time, we'll see if we can get a little bit back in towards it tactically or statistically. Ennis with the ball, goes all the way back, ball in behind from Magosh again, and he's found nearly the finish. It's hit the crossbar, and somehow we've not been able to scramble that one away. I'm not sure what's going on there between Sears and Robinson, but Magosh, 13th goal of the season for him, 2nd goal of the game. It was a good first effort, to be fair to him. He's done very well from this one here. just to get it over the goalkeeper. It hits the post, and then I don't know what goes on between Sears and Robinson there, but somehow it falls to him again, and he gets to pass that one into the back of an empty net. So let's use our get creative shout, because this has been kind of poor to start the match. Long ball over the top. He's in behind it again. He's going to make it a hat-trick early on. It's a good save that time from Robinson. Chima gets his body in front of the ball and gets it away, but they are pretty much getting in behind us at will, and maybe that tactical tweak wasn't necessarily the best thing to do. They've had 2 highlights since we made it, but they have had some poor feedback from the touchline. 2 minutes to be added on. There's a late highlight here. Bayram with the ball. Simpson goes back. It should be cut out by Waltman, who turns his man on halfway. He's got a long way to go and a lot to do. Slow down, hold the ball up, just wait for support. Hangs the ball back stick towards Zotos. It pinballs around. Taylor with the header in the end, but just over the crossbar. Didn't trouble Ellis in goal. And the referee calls half-time. We have had a bit more of it statistically. 8 shots, only 1 on target though, which is poor, and 50% of the ball. They've had 5 shots, 4 of them on target, and 50% possession. And the one that they missed would have been that one that clipped the post. Let's aggressively tell everyone. I expect to see a much better showing from you in the second half. And let's also just go for broke a little bit. Go to our attacking structure. Might as well go after it. We're going to need a hell of a comeback to come back for 2 goals down. But we'll give it 15 minutes. We'll have a look at subs, form, fitness, whatever else. I think fitness is probably going to be the big one for us today. And see if we can't push the goal a little bit further forward. Ball in here. Aris is in the area. They just hack a ball out left towards Ennis. Someone's got to get to him before he releases the pass, which he has done now. Magosh in behind again. It's a good finish. A hat-trick for Lewis Magosh. 14th goal of the season for him. And we'll check this one out in 3 dimensions, see if it was into the top corner, if he's just kind of thrown a worm burner in towards the bottom corner. See, like, we need to get to that guy quicker and stop that ball in the first place. It's a good finish, to be fair. About 25, 30 yards out, just smashes that one as hard as he can, as low as he can. And keeper not equal to it. Let's make our subs a little bit earlier here. And let's just go by conditioning. Aris hasn't played particularly well. We'll bring on Cole Roberts on the left wing. Walker is struggling as well. Let's bring on Charlie Curtis. And Chima isn't doing horrifically, but we'll bring on Seymour. And let's passionately tell everybody, a lot more to come from you boys. And let's also use our get creative shout. Let's at least try and pull something back for character's sake. It would see Mars go 1 point behind us with a game in hand, 14 games played. So we're definitely getting dragged into a little bit more of a scrap for the league title itself. Is it Brandy that's just gone through the back of someone? I think we're about to go down to 10 men, which would sum up our day pretty well. Okay, what subs are we going to make here? We'll stay on attacking. Maybe we'll move Roberts out to the left. Or can Zotos play on one of the wings? Yeah, we might actually reverse that. We'll leave Roberts out on the left wing. Throw Zotos out there as a winger on attack. We'll put Waltman up top. Go to a 4-2-3. Ball in behind here. Seymour's going to recover. He turns in a poor area. They've got a ball again. Sefton plays it in behind. Curtis with a poor pass, and Enos is added. We're getting absolutely torn apart in this one. It's been a while since we've actually recorded an episode where we were truly humbled. But 4-0 down now with 20 minutes remaining and down to 10 men. It's just poor play in a variety of different aspects. Not getting rid of the ball. Curtis here takes a touch back into midfield, loses it to Enos. That's a couple of different goals now they've scored where like our defenders have given up possession in bad areas. Or there's been mixes up with keepers or midfielders or whatever else. But fair play to him. Ennis has had a good game, as has Magosh up front. Magosh, what did I say we were going to call him? Waltman cuts it back to Sheriff. We might be able to pull one back here. Backstick runner towards Roberts, who's hit the inside of the crossbar. It's pinballing around again, but they managed to scramble it away. Throw in here, D'Souza to take on the left. Taylor turns away from him. You just had to give him the ball back. Just do the simple 1-2. We have short throwing routines set up, so I don't know why we aren't using him. Zotos at the top of the box, tries to curl one top corner. Not far wide, manages to hit the side netting. 10 minutes remaining. Let's use our demand more shout. See if we can't pull a couple of goals back just for character's sake more than anything else. Throw in here, D'Souza to Taylor. Back to D'Souza again. That's a bit more like it from the throw in. They scramble it away. Seymour should recover unchallenged. Looks out right towards Zotos. He's got the fullback there, Curtis, who can assist. Gets the ball back towards back post, and Roberts has managed to pull one back. His first goal of the season and in senior football as well, and as well for the club. So well done to Cole Roberts. Again, he's been limited to, kind of substitute appearances because the two wingers are so good. But he's not a bad little player, and it's a good header. Back across the goalkeeper into the top corner. Any more late drama? Can we make it 4-2 and a bit more respectable? 3 minutes to be added on. We're through that now, and the referee calls full time. 4-1, finishing with 10 men. Pretty poor performance. We had 17 shots, 3 on target, 51% of the ball. So we had more of the stats, but they had 10 shots, 8 on target, a phenomenal conversion rate of shots on target to shots taken, and 49% possession. Magosh with 9.6 and 3 goals. A pretty decent performance for him. Charlie Curtis gets a 7.0 for his assist, but what about the goal that he coughed up for them? Passionately, let's assertively say, not happy with the performance out there. Everyone's responded positively, which is what we want. We want to take your silver linings from it. And it does drag us back into that sort of scrap for top position. Mars could potentially go above us if they win their game in hand. Hyde, Stafford have played extra games, but even if Skelmersdale win their next match, they'll get you right in amongst it as well. Felix, though, who are one of the sides that beat us this season, drop out of the top 7 spots, or top 5 spots, the playoff positions. So still a tremendous amount to play for. Still a lot of football to be played this year as well. And what I'm thinking is we might come back and do the games against City of Liverpool, who I think are the biggest team in our division. And there's got this issue where every time we try and sign a player, they go in for them. So they've done it with Calderbank Park, Isherwood. They stole Dahomey Raymond from us a couple of seasons ago. He, of course, played in the first season with the team. Adam Porrett's another one that we've gone after. So there's quite a few different players here that they have just swooped in and signed not long after we've been looking to bring them in. That one might be a decent scrap. And then we might also play Wroxham. Or maybe we should go a little bit later. Given that it's Christmas week, maybe we should try and get a Christmas episode in. So maybe we'll play this game against Fareham, and if we do well in the FA Trophy, we might also have a contest there. So we'll try and come back and do some games closer to Christmas. It's another little bit of a jump forward, about 10 games, but it'll help us get through this season in 5 episodes. And regardless of what happens, if we're in this division again next season, if we're going up, we'll at least try and cover off some of the bigger games towards the end of the season. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's the portion that means the most to me. You can, if you want to give me a Christmas gift, drop a like on this video or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But wherever in the world you're watching from, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday period, getting to celebrate with whoever is the most important to you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.